Let's talk money, specifically the salaries players earn in Europe and why it's more relevant than ever. With the NBA's second apron making it tougher for teams to sign role players on favorable terms, the EuroLeague has increasingly become a destination for talent, including former NBA players. In this video, I'll break down the top 11 highest paid EuroLeague players, 8 of whom have NBA experience. So what are the financials keeping them out of the NBA? While not anywhere close to the level of NBA max contracts, EuroLeague salaries are comparable to the average NBA player's income. It's worth noting though that the numbers I reference here are net, in other words the actual take-home pay. So when comparing to NBA salaries, it's fair to assume the gross amount in the NBA would be nearly double. If I mention a player's salary in Europe to be 2 million euros for instance, that would be roughly equivalent to 4 million in the NBA before taxes. Given the limited financial transparency in European basketball, these figures reported by my colleague Donatas Urbonas are the best available, but weren't public information. Now, let's begin. Tied at the 10th spot are Willy Hernangomez from Barcelona and Darius Thompson from Anadolu Efes. They're both earning about 2.3 million euros per year. There are some similarities in terms of performance too. You could say both of them fell victim to high expectations. Willy had returned after spending 7 seasons in the NBA and as the MVP of the 2022 Eurobasket with Spain. Meanwhile, Darius signed with Efes after an impressive EuroLeague rookie season in Baskonia. While Thompson never played in the NBA, Hernangomez's current salary doesn't compare to what he made stateside, in a way that you probably don't expect. Willy's total NBA career earnings are 12.4 million gross, with his top yearly salary being $2.4 million, which is about 1.3 million net. So he's pretty much earning double that right now. Regarding Darius Thompson, he performed at a star level but in a small market team with an appropriate salary. Both guys had quite rough seasons last year and it doesn't seem like the trajectory is going up as of right now. Next up is Mario Hezonja, who had a bit of a 5-year roller coaster in the NBA, having been picked 5th overall in 2015, not performing up to expectations and returning to Europe in 2021. Now he finds himself as the 9th highest EuroLeague earner with 2.4 million euros. In 2024, Real Madrid saw enough potential to hand him a massive 5-year deal, which included an NBA exit clause just in case. Coming off a season where he led Real in scoring, the Croatian is arguably in his prime right now and the salary and position in the top 10 is definitely justified. Then there are 3 guys tied for the 6th, 7th and 8th spots. Nikola Mirotic, former highest paid EuroLeague player, earns 2.5 million euros, although realistically speaking that amount is definitely higher. During his time at Barcelona he was earning 5 million euros a year, but in 2023 offseason he was released by the club before the contract actually expired. After negotiating with 2 Belgrade clubs, he settled for a deal with Olimpia Milan for around 2.5 million euros a year. And get this, Barca still owed him over 20 million before taxes on his old contract. So technically he's now getting paid by 2 teams, one of which he's no longer playing for. While he has missed almost half of last season due to injuries, he's still one of the top players in the league. The second guy to be earning that amount is Kevin Punter. After his 3-year tenure at Partizan Belgrade, where he became one of the most prolific scorers in Europe, KP signed with Barcelona. He did sign only for 1 year, but that was actually beneficial for both the player and the club. Due to the peculiar taxation system in Spain, where first-year contracts are taxed less, it allowed Punter to earn a higher net salary, while the club spent less on the gross contract value. Not sure if he'll keep up these numbers throughout the year, but KP has been contributing even more offensively so far. Also making about 2.5 million euros is Panathinaikos' Kendrick Nunn, but again there's an asterisk. After joining the Athens team last year, Nunn arguably elevated them to the championship level, absolutely exploding in the playoffs and the Final Four. Fun fact, Nunn was so convincing that after making the Final Four last year, he not only signed a 2-year extension, but even got a Porsche as a re-signing bonus. I'm sure Panathinaikos' owner isn't regretting his extra perks for motivation, as none currently is having an even better output statistically, and it seems like he might have the MVP trophy as well as the EuroLeague Championship in his sights. Before we look at the top 5, I really want you to pay attention for the next 20 seconds. Myself and a BM Plus member Adam have started a second Basket News channel called Outside the NBA. There we talk all things NBA, including the latest news and narratives, as well as some longer form videos with tons of research. We would really appreciate if you give our NBA content a shot. All the links are in the description below, and now back to the video. Here we enter the top 5 and find another Panathinaikos man who made the most headlines last year, Kostas Sloukas, and his 2.6 million euro contract. At first, it was reported that the legendary EuroLeague guard made his move from Olympiacos to Panathinaikos by signing a 3-year 10 million euro deal. However, in reality, that amount is slightly less, with the Greek's estimated annual salary being about 2.6 million. While at first there were some people doubting the signing, the contract length, and the amount, Kostas Sloukas shut all of those talks up, leading Panathinaikos to their 7th EuroLeague title in 2024. At number 4 is none other than the natural Mike James with 2.8 million euros per year. The EuroLeague's all-time top scorer signed his potentially last career contract this summer, extending his tenure at Monaco until 2027. There are no discounts on this man's services, as there are no doubts he deserves all this money, if not more. The only and probably the most important thing left to accomplish for Mike is the EuroLeague title, so we'll see if Monaco's investment will bring that in the next 3 years. Sitting at third spot with 3 million euros is EuroLeague's best paid center Walter Tavares. Real's big man had some serious interest from the NBA this offseason, but decided to stick around in Madrid. Interestingly enough, Tavares could be considered the highest earning player in the league, as due to the Spanish taxation policies, his multi-year gross salary is reported to be 25 million euros. Anyways, Tavares is still regarded as the player with the biggest impact in the EuroLeague defensively, and his long-term commitment to Madrid seems to be working for both sides. Now we arrive at the second net yearly salary at 3.4 million, and it belongs to the two-time EuroLeague champion with Anadolu Efes, Shane Larkin. The American guard was one of the 2 key figures in Efes' championship repeat a few years back, and surely these accomplishments alone earn him the rights to this financial reward. Besides prior feats, Larkin was playing on an MVP level last year despite the team's results lagging behind. Again, we have a tax situation where Shane could actually be number 1 in this list, but since there's quite a high taxation rate at 40% in Turkey, his net salary is a close second. Finally, the best paid EuroLeague player is... well, no surprises here. It's the returning Sasha Vezenkov with 3.7 million euros. The former EuroLeague MVP signed a 3-year $20 million contract with the Kings in the 2023 summer. If we divide that by 3, convert to euros, and look at numbers after taxes, that's about the same that he's earning right now with Olympiacos Piraeus. No wonder Sasha decided not to stick around in the NBA after being traded, as money was the same in Europe while his role in the team was significantly different. He has come back in as strong of a shape as he left, and currently is the frontrunner in this season's MVP race. So that's the top 10 or 11 EuroLeague player salaries of the 2024-25 season. And here's the thing, in the NBA the average annual salary might be around $11.9 million, but a lot of guys aren't seeing even half of that after taxes. Plus, when you look at the median NBA salary, it's closer to 6.2 million, aka around 3 million net. Hence, it makes sense why many of these EuroLeague stars choose to stay or come back. Add in all the extras like being the main guy on their team, having the best fans in the world, and in some cases better cities, and it's pretty easy to see the appeal. What do you think about the top 10? Who's over or underpaid in your opinion? Let me know in the comments below. Also, don't forget to check out our second channel, like this video, subscribe for more content, and I'll see you in the next one.